So hello everybody and welcome back to another unboxing of a deck builders toolkit. This time it's Magic Origins. It was released in 2015. So basically I've got another one that would have happened but would have come out between the 2013 one and this one. It's Khans of Tarkir. The problem is it's not a deck builders toolkit, which is why I don't want to unbox it now. I want to concentrate on the deck builders toolkits because they are quite similar in what you get, i.e. you get, in this case again, 125 semi-randomized cards, 415 card booster sets from recent Magic the Gathering sets, 100 basic land cards, deck builder's guide to building the best Magic decks, Magic rules reference card, and one full art reusable card storage box. So let's see. Can't be bothered with this. Let's get out the scissors. So I don't know who this is or what kind of set is being referenced here, but we may find out. Okay, this time again we've got full art. And again, I love the spark. Okay, so it's as per usual, you have the divider. We've got rules, a reference card, we've got lands, more lands, the 125 cards, and we get 4 boosters, and they are Magic Origins, Fate Reforged, Dragons of Tarkir, and Journey into Nyx. That's a very nice spread. So I've got the Khans of Tarkir booster fat pack. So I've got now the other side, the Dragons of Tarkir. Journey into Nyx is the Greek-themed one, as far as I know. Fate Reforged, no idea, but I love the dragon, and of course the Magic Origins. So again, we're going to take a look at the rules card. So it's the one that we saw in the first packs that I unpacked. So it's basically how to play, main phase, blah, blah, blah. And the how to build a deck. Again, sort your cards, find your cards, blah, blah, blah. And again, it tells you about the different types of ways you can build a deck. So warriors themed, green, red, beatdown, blue, black, exploit, blue, red, spellcraft. Again, I really like it. And then common deck building terms. So very nice. And then let's take a look at the land cards. So this is the origin symbol. We've got 1, 2, 3 different planes. This is very Greek. Basic lands, kind of waterfall, kind of could be a hydro facility. Looks very modern. Okay, we've got 4 different types of islands. Interesting. hydraulic station. Here we've got swamp. Very nice. This would probably look beautiful in foil if you had this like foiled. And this is definitely from Innistrad, because that's the Innistrad Avacyn symbol. We've seen this one before, I'm pretty sure. Now we've got the mountains. They look new. This one as well. Forest. Okay, yes, there are 4 planes. It's just that the first one, so we are missing this one. This is the 4th planes. Okay, so it's going to go into my collection of lands, and then they repeat. Evolving Wilds. I also don't think I've got this Evolving Wilds version, so it's gonna go into my collection. So first of all, we have a black card, Merciless Executioner. It's an Orc Warrior. For 3/1, and when it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a creature. Ooh. He enjoys his work, for he sees only the worst absent criminals, those who betray their own kin. It's a black-blue one. Silumgar Sorcerer, creature, human wizard, 2/1, flash. You may cast this spell anytime you could cast an instant. So you could cast it when during your opponent's attack step to at least block. It's got flying, exploit. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature. When you do that, so when he exploits another creature, counter target creature spell. So you could play it and prevent your opponent from and destroy your opponent's creature. Youthful Scholar. Wow. When Youthful Scholar dies, draw 2 cards. He's a 2/2 wizard. Too dumb and you end up a Sipsic. Too smart and you end up a meal. Mediocrity is the key to a long life. Mogai, Silumgar, and Noble. Rakshasa Gravecaller. Exploit. So it's a 3/6. Oh, it's a 3/6. When you exploit a creature and put two 2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield. That's to Rakshasa Linger Beyond Death. Macabre Waltz. Ooh. That is a gruesome picture. I love it. Return up to 2 target creatures from your graveyard to your hand, then discard a card. All dead move to the hollow rhythm of necromancy. Dead Bridge Shaman. That's such a beautiful, beautiful piece of art. When she dies, target opponent discards a card. Ending her life won't end the infestation. Whisk Away. Put target attacking or blocking creature on top of its owner's library. Instant. The maneuvers of the Absent formation intrigued Ojutai in both their complexity and their futility. Gurmag Drowner. Exploit. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature. And when you do that, you can look at the top 4 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. 2/4. Sit Disease Faithful. Naga Wizard. Exploit. When you do this, you can return a target creature to its owner's hand. I tire of your prattle and your face. 0/4. Dutiful Attendant. That's a very elaborate head do. I wonder how he manages to stand upright with it. He's a human warrior for 1/2. When dutiful attendant dies, return another target creature from your graveyard to your hand. The dragon who eats the last head in the basket is entitled to the servant's head. Okay. Evolving Wilds. So now we have the next block. It's red. Ravaging Blaze. It deals X damage to target creature, and X is the number of mana you expend in addition to the two red ones. Spell Mastery. If there are 2 or more instant and/or sorcery cards in your graveyard, Ravaging Blaze also deals X damage to that creature's controller. Woohoo! In time, not even the Fire Monks could keep up with Chandra. Chandra being the Planeswalker who we saw the other day. Arc Lightning. Arc Lightning deals 3 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 target creatures and or players. Lightning burns its own path for 2 and 1 red mana. That's a card I like. Monastery Swiftspear, Human Monk. I may use her to add to the Kamigawa cube I'm going to build. Because it fits the theme. Haste, Prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. The calligraphy of combat is written with strokes of sudden blood. We're going to put this to the side. Because I'm basically now getting commons from old Kamigawa sets to build a cube. Wild Slash, instant, ferocious. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, damage can't be prevented this turn. Wild Slash deals 2 damage to target creature or player. Never mistake deception for cleverness. Lightning Javelin. It deals 3 damage to target creature or player, scry 1. The Harpies descended without mercy upon Acros or Acros, only to find their attack put them within range of the Javelineers. Majoring Bully, Human Warrior Prowess. Majoring Bully attacks each turn if able, okay. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. Don't be rude, Beleren. We just want to enjoy the view with you. That's what they always say. Valley Dasher. Haste. Valley Dasher attacks each turn if able. This would also work from a theme perspective in Kamigawa. Mardu Rider's greatest fear is that a battle might end before their weapons draw blood. Mardu Scout. Dash 1 and red. You may cast a spell for its dash cost. If you do, it gains haste and it's returned from the battlefield to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. Okay. Otherwise it would stay. The Mardu all enjoy war, but only the goblins make a game of it. Sarkhan's Rage. Instant. Sarkhan's Rage deals 5 damage to target creature or player. If you control no dragon, Sarkhan's Rage deals 2 damage to you. Okay. The people of Tarkir speak, this is a Tarkir card, speak of an ancient legend of the dragon man called Sarkhan, who was greatest of all Khans. Okay, so this was a mono red deck, as we can see. Twin Bolt. Twin Bolt deals 2 damage divided as you choose among 1 or 2 target creatures and or players. Kolagan archers are trained in Dakla, the way of the bow. They utilize their Dragon Lord's lightning to strike their target, no matter how small, how fast, or how far away. Okay. So I have to... So these are the different tribes, I guess. Evolving Wilds, Pine Walker. It's an elemental. Morph. For 4 and 1 green. You may cast this card face down as a 2/2 creature for 3. Turn it face up anytime for its morph cost. Okay, I don't get it. You can... Okay, so I can either pay 3 and 2 green and then it comes out as it is. Or I could, if I don't have 3 plus 2 green. I could just pay 3, and then it's a 2/2 creature. And then once I have more mana, namely 4 and 1 green, I can turn it face up. Whenever Pine Walker or another creature you control is turned face up, untap that creature. Okay. Ice Feather Aven. Flying, morph. So basically it's usually 1 green, 1 blue. And it's a 2/2. You may cast this card face down as a 2/2 creature for 3 of any color. Turn it face up in any time for its morph cost for 1 white, 1 green, and 1 blue. For 1 no color and 1 green and 1 blue. When Ice Feather Aven is turned face up, you may return another target creature to its owner's hand. Secret Plans. Ooh, Enchantment. Beautiful card. Face down creatures you control get +0/+1. Whenever a permanent you control is turned face up, draw a card. Rakshasa trade in secrets, amassing wealth from their careful revelation. Quarcy Deceiver. Naga Wizard. For 1 and 1 blue, you can tap it and add 1 to your mana pool of any color. No, 1 neutral. Spend this mana only to cast a face down creature spell. Pay a mana cost to turn a manifest creature face up, or pay a morph cost. A mega morph cost is a morph cost. Claustrophobia. It's an aura enchantment. 1 and 2 blue. Enchant creature. When Claustrophobia enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. 6 feet of earth muffled his cries. Ooh, written into being. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Manifest one of those cards, then put the other on top or bottom of your library. To manifest a card, put it into the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature. Turn it face up anytime for its mana cost if it's a creature card. Okay. Ambush Krotik. It's an insect. Trample. When Ambush Krotik enters the battlefield, return another creature you control to its owner's hand. The Abzan merchant soon discovered why this route was clear of dragons. Ethereal Ambush. Manifest the top 2 cards of your library. To manifest a card, put it into the battlefield as a 2/2 creature. Turn it face up at any time for its mana cost if it's a creature card. So you can manifest any card even if it's not a creature, but you can only turn it over if it is a creature. The energies of the Temo lands are readily unleashed upon intruders. Guardian Shieldbearer. Megamorph. 3 and 1 green. You may cast this card face down as a 2/2 creature for 3. Turn it face up anytime for its megamorph cost and put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay. Ojutai Interceptor. Bird Soldier. It's another megamorph. Though I may soar, I could never fly as high as the dragons. Chief of the Edge. Other warrior creatures you control get +1/+0. Chief of the Scale. We are the swifts, the strong, the blades, sharp, shriek, fear nothing, and strike. Other warrior creatures you control get +0/+1. We are the shield unbroken. If we fall today, we will die well, and our trees will bear our names in honor. 2/3. Mardu Woe Reaper. Human warrior. Whenever Mardu Woe Reaper or another warrior enters the battlefield under your control, you may exile target creature card from your graveyard. If you do, you gain 1 life. Those who died in battle deserve their rest. Bloodchin Rager. Whenever Bloodchin Rager attacks, each warrior creature you control can't be blocked this turn except by 2 or more creatures. Colohan Blades rarely stay clean for long. 2/2. Rush for battle. Creatures you control get +2/+1. until end of turn. Warrior creatures you control gain lifelink until the end of turn. Damage dealt by those warriors also causes their controllers to gain that much life. The Mardu charge reflects the dragon's speed and its hunger. Avon Skirmisher. Flying. It's a bird warrior, 1/1. We do not hide from the dragons that pretend to rule the skies. If we did, the dragons would become our rulers and our way of life would be lost. Harsh Sustenance. Harsh Sustenance deals X damage to target creature or player and you gain X life, where X is the number of creatures you control. The Shifting Wastes provide refuge to those who know where to look for it. Herald of Dromoka. Creature, human warrior, vigilance, 2/2. Other warrior creatures you control have vigilance. The trumpeters of Arasheen are ever alert in their watch over the great Eyrie. Hand of Silumgar. Creature, human warrior, 2/1, death touch. Silumgar trains those whom he favors in his magic, granting them the ability to spread his disdain across the land, and lastly, flatten. It's an instant. Target creature gets -4/-4 until the end of turn. I can't really make out the image at all. Like their dragon lord, the Colohan take no trophies. They find true fulfillment only in battle itself, in clash of steel and thunder of hooves. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's see. Aegis Angel, or Aegis actually. So this is basically the shield of, Aegis is the name of the shield of Athena. Flying. When Aegis Angel enters the battlefield, another target permanent gains indestructible for as long as you control Aegis Angel, 4/2/2, but it has a 5/5. Mahamotijin. Flying. Oh, isn't it lovely? 4/2/2 and a 5/6. Of royal blood among the spirits of the air, the Mahamoti Jin rides on the wings of the winds. As dangerous in the gambling hall as he is in battle, he is a master of trickery and misdirection. It's actually a rare card. And another rare card, creature, Nightmare Horse, Nightmare, flying. Nightmare's power and toughness are each equal to the number of swamps you control. The thunder of its hooves beats dreams into despair. That's my kind of horse. Shivan Dragon, we've seen this before. It's another rare one. Creature, dragon, flying. If you pay another red, Shivan Dragon gets +1/+0. The undisputed masters of the master of the mountains of Shiv. Terra Stomper. Creature, beast, Terra Stomper, can't be countered. It's got trample, sometimes violent earthquakes, hurtling boulders, and unseasonable dust storms are wrongly attributed to the royal. 3/3 forests, and it's an 8/8. Serra Angel. I think we've seen it before. It's another beautiful card. Follow the light. In its absence, follow her. Yes, I've definitely read this before. 3/2/2. Could be that it was a different piece of art, but it's still the same card. Flying and vigilance and 4/4. Silk Wrap. When Silk Wrap enters the battlefield, exile target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less. So converted mana cost is an old term. Now it's simply mana cost. It basically means you just count the mana on top. So this would be 2. An opponent controls until Silk Wrap leaves the battlefield. That creature returns under its owner's control. Better scarves than scars. Divine Verdict, we've seen this before. It's just an instant destroy target attacking or blocking creature. Eagle of the Watch, creature, bird, flying. Even from miles away, I could see our eagles circling. That's when I knew we were needed at home. Canlos, a crow and captain. That's Greek, that's the Theros cycle, 2-1. Alabaster Kirin. The appearance of a Kirin signifies the passing or arrival of an important figure. As word of sighting spread, all the Khans took it to mean themselves. Only the shaman Chianul thought of Sarkhan Vol. Now, a Kirin or Kilin is actually a kind of Chinese type of dragon, kind of, sort of. This should go here because it would make sense to have it in an Eastern themed cube. Celestial Flare, instant. Target player sacrifices an attacking or blocking creature. You were defeated the moment you declared your aggression, Gideon Jura. Erase. Exile target enchantment. Truth is hard enough to see, let alone understand. We must remove all distractions to find clarity. Zogye, Wandering Sage. Feet of Resistance, my bad. Instant. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. It gains protection from the color of your choice until the end of turn. Dragons are extinct on Tarkir, but Abzan magic still emulates their endurance. The Avon Skirmisher, we've seen him before. Artful Maneuver. Instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. Rebound. If you cast this spell from your hand, exile it as it resolves. At the beginning of your next upkeep, you may cast this card from exile without paying its mana cost. Ooh, what a lovely spell. Pacifism. War. Enchanted creature can't attack or block. If I fight, I might step on a butterfly. That would be sad. Kraug of Kal Sisma. Frostwalker. Oh god, I don't want to meet that one. It's a creature elemental 4-1. When Frostwalker becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. As the clans carved out their territories, we saw allies where the Mardu saw only obstacles. Into the Void. Sorcery. Return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hands. The Cathars have their swords. The Inquisitors their axes. I prefer the diplomatic approach. Terrorhold, Archmage of Drunau. Weave Fate. Draw 2 cards. Destiny's a flickering path among tangled possibilities. Disdainful Stroke. Counter target spell with converted mana cost 4 or greater. You are beneath contempt. Your lineage will be forgotten. Claustrophobia, we've seen it before. Singing Bell Strike. Enchant creature. When Singing Bell Strike enters the battlefield, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Enchanted creature has for 6, untap this creature. Fairy Miscreant. When Fairy Miscreant enters the battlefield, if you control another creature named Fairy Miscreant, draw a card. 1/1. It's a rogue. 1 fairy distracts the judge while a second steals the law. Avon Surveyor. Bird Scout, flying. When it enters, choose 1. Put a +1/+1 counter on Avon Surveyor or return target creature to its owner's hand. It's a 2/2. Anticipate. Look at the top 3 cards. Put 1 of them into your hand and the rest at the bottom of your library in any order. When I have mediated on all outcomes, my opponent has no recourse. Elusive Spellfist. Creature Human Monk. I can't really tell what this card does, what I see. Oh, okay, so this is the guy and he's holding his fist up and okay. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, Elusive Spellfist gets a +1/+0 until the end of turn and it can't be blocked this turn. Learn to see an obstacle from a new perspective underneath, for example, Chanyi, Ojutaki Monk. Negate. Counter target non-creature spell. You cannot be an Ojutai monk. They praise wisdom and skill, and you have neither. Ciara, the dragon's mouth. Well, that's harsh. Senge Vampire, we've seen this before. Ultimate price, destroy target mono-colored creature. The realization that one is dying is far more terrifying than death itself. Sidisi Sirumga Vizier. Mind Rot, we've seen this before. Flesh to Dust. Destroy target creature. It can't be regenerated. Another day, another avenging angel, another clump of feathers to toss to the trash. Into the trash. Liliana Vess. She's my kind of girl. Reeve Soul. Destroy target creature with power 3 or less. So power is basically the first of the two numbers at the bottom of a creature card. I was not convinced you had a soul until I saw it for myself. Liliana Vess. Deadbridge Shaman, we've seen it before. Debilitating Injury. Enchantment Aura. Enchanted creature gets -2/-2. If weakness does not exist within the Temur, then we shall force it upon them. Sidisi, Khan of the Sultai. Hooded Assassin. 1/2. When Hooded Assassin enters the battlefield, choose one, put a +1/+1 on it, or destroy target creature that was dealt damage this turn. So you would probably bring him in after you've done combat if you want to do this. Creature, rat, death touch. 1/1. When Tasigur sent his ambassadors to the Abzan outpost, the true envoys were not the Naga, but the infectious rats they carried with them. Typhoid rat, flatten again. Hand of Silumgar, we've seen this before. I believe, no, 2/1. Death touch, Silumgar trains those whom he favors in his magic, granting them the ability to spread his disdain across the land. Arc Lightning, we've seen this before. Wild Slash, we've seen this before. Fiery Hellhound, it's an elemental hound. Fiery Hellhound gets +1/+0 if we pay another red. I had hoped to instill in it the loyalty of a guard dog, but with its firepower comes its unpredictability, said Magath, Sardian Elementalist. It's a 2/2. Act of Treason. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until the end of turn. It can attack and is tapped this turn. She learned a tragic lesson that day. Even the purest can be corrupted when the heart's emotions are twisted. Dragon Fodder. Put 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens onto the battlefield. Goblins journey to the sacrificial peaks in pairs so that the rare survivor might be able to relate the details of the other's grisly demise. That's cute. Prickle Boar. It's a board. 3/3. As long as it's your turn, Prickle Boar gets +2/+0 and has first strike. Canyons in the Phoberos Badlands are essentially gates to the underworld. Myrinthes, a Crowan captain. Trumpet Blast, instant. Attacking creature gets +2/+0 until the end of turn. Do you hear that, Sarkhan? The glory of the Horde. I made a legend from what you abandoned. Zurgon, Khan of the Mardu. Bathe in Dragonfire. Bathe in Dragonfire deals 4 damage to target creature. The scent of cooked flesh lingers in the charred landscape of Tarkir. Mardu Scout. We've seen this before. Tormenting Voice. As an additional cost to cast Tormenting Voice, discard a card. Draw 2 cards. A mocking laughter echoed in Yugen's mind. How many centuries had he slumbered, stricken while Nicol Bolas moved unchallenged among the plains? Well, who knows? Twin Bolt, seen this before. Prized Unicorn. All creatures able to block Prized Unicorn do so. Okay, so you basically draw all of the blockers, and then you can attack with something else and nobody else will be able to block. The desire for its magic horn inspires such bloodthirsty greed that all who see the unicorn will kill to possess it. Dionysus, Elvish Archdruid. Heir of the Wilds. Creature, human warrior, death touch, ferocious. Whenever Heir of the Wilds attacks, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, Heir of the Wild gets +1/+1. Till the end of turn. In the high caves of the Kal Sisma Mountains, young hunters quest to hear the echoes of their fierce ancestors. Elvish Visionary, we've seen this before. Nissa's Pilgrimage. Search your library for up to 2 basic forest cards. Reveal those cards and put one of them onto the battlefield, tapped, and the rest into your hand. Then shuffle your library. Spell Mastery. If there are 2 or more instant and or sorcery cards in your graveyard, search your library for up to 3 basic forest cards instead of 2. Titanic growth. Growth, we've seen this before. Plummet as well. Dragon scale boon. What kind of a creature is that? Put 2/1/1 counters on target creature and untap it. When we were lost and weary, the Einok this is an Einok, showed us how to survive. They have earned their right to call themselves Abzan and to wear the scale. Anafenza, Khan of the Abzan. Naturalize. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. The remains of ancient sky tyrants now feed the war-torn land. Beautiful art. Einok Guide. When Einok Guide enters the battlefield, choose one. Put a +1/+1 counter on Einok Guide. It's a Hound Scout. Search your library for a basic land card. It's 1/1. Whisper of the Wilds. Creature, human, shaman. Add 1 green mana to your mana pool. Ferocious. Add 2 to your mana pool. Activate this ability only if you control a creature with power 4 or greater. Makes perfect sense for a green deck. And Colossodon Yearling. It's a beast. 2/4. The Colossodon's hard outer shell stops many predators, but with a gentle flip from a dragon, it quickly becomes a meal in a bowl. Oh, just flips it over. Spider Silk Net. It's an artifact. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has reach. Equip 2. Dragons are our betters, but we will fight them if our dragon lord orders it. And again, this makes perfect sense because spiders always have reach in this game. Bloodfell Caves. Okay, it's a land which we need, so we're going to put it to the side because it's a multicolored land. And another time, Blossoming Sands, green-white. Dismal Backwater, blue-black. Jungle Hollow, black-green. Rugged Highland, red-green. Scoured Barrens, white or black, and it's beautiful art. This is so beautiful. Swiftwater Cliffs, blue or red. Thornwood Falls, green or blue. Tranquil Cove, white or blue. Wind-scarred Crag, red or white. And are these the same lands? I just have to check something. Are these the same lands? Yep, they are. Okay. Okay, and then more lands, which we will put over here. Yeah, mono lands. And now for the 4 boosters. We're going to start with Journey into Nyx. Because although I'm totally into Greek mythology, absolutely totally, I've decided not to get anything related to Terra specifically. Nyx Infusion. It's an enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 as long as it's an enchantment. Otherwise it gets... What? The enchanted creature gets +2/+2 as long as it's an enchantment. Otherwise it gets -2/-2. I honestly don't get this. A balm or a poison depending on how it is administered and to whom. So it means that the creature needs to be an enchantment to begin with. I don't get this card. Harvest Guard Alcedes. It's a nymph. 2/3 constellation. Whenever Harvest Guard Alcedes or another enchantment... Ah, I get it. Okay, so there are creatures that are enchantments. Okay, that makes sense now. Or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to target creature this turn. Not all shields are forged of iron and bronze. Creature, zombie satyr, returned reveler. When returned reveler dies, each player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. The flesh is dead and the life forgotten, but old habits persist. 1/3. Crewfix Insights. Reveal the top 6 cards of your library. Put up to 3 enchantment cards from among them into your hands and the rest of the revealed cards into your graveyard. The horizon is tantalizing in both its uncertainty and its potential. Ajani's Presence. Strive. Ajani's Presence costs 2/1 more to cast for each target beyond the first. Any number of target creatures each get +1/+1 and gain indestructible until the end of turn. Desecration Plague. Sorcery. Destroy target enchantment or land. The gods think of us as insects. Perhaps there is wisdom in that. Perisophia, the philosopher. Starfall. Ooh. Starfall deals 3 damage to target creature. If that target creature is an enchantment, Starfall deals 3 damage to that creature's controller. The most brilliant stars are not born of Nyx, Rexenor, Akra, and Flamespeaker. Possibly a Crowan. Cast into darkness. Enchantment. Aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets -2/-0 and can't block. In desperation, the soldier prayed to Phoenix, begging for the power to cheat the Gorgon's gaze. Supply life cranes. Supply line cranes. Flying. When supply line cranes enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. They are trained from hatching to deliver aid where it is needed most. 2/4. Rise of Eagles. Sorcery. Put 2/2 blue bird enchantment creature tokens with flying on to the battlefield. Scry 1. Look at the top card of your library. You may put an offering to the sea, brings an insight from the stars. Squelching Leech. Its power and toughness are equal to the number of swarms you control. Leeches are sacred to followers of Farika for drawing poison from a wound, but feared by everyone else for drawing blood from the flesh. God-forged Sentinel, artifact creature, chimera, flying, blessed by the gods, coveted by mortals, beholden to neither. 4/4. Thassa's Ire. Enchantment. You may tap or untap a target creature. The sailor had never seen a god before. Now she had gazed upon Thassa. Shortly she would see Arthrios, and then she would meet Erebos. Okay, so you paid for 1 and enchant something. You play it and it's there, and then you decide what you want to do later and pay more. Okay. Hydra Broodmaster, creature, Hydra, monstrosity, XX1 green, monstrosity X. If this creature is monstrous, put X +1/+1 counters on it and it becomes monstrous. When Hydra Broodmaster becomes monstrous, put XXX green Hydra creature tokens on battlefield. What? You pay 4 and 2 to play it. And then you pay X number of whatever and then 1 green to produce monstrosity X. Okay, I would have to look up this card. And we've got a forest. Let's put it to the side and see if it's one of the ones that we already have. And some stuff. Okay, well, no, it's a new forest, which we don't have yet. Okay, then Dragons of Tarkir is next. Student of Ojutai, human monk. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you gain 2 life. Human enlightenment is a firefly that sparks in the night. Dragon enlightenment is a beacon that disperses all darkness. 2/4. Shambling Goblin, creature, zombie goblin. When shambling goblin dies, target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 until the end of turn. It's a 1/1. When Colochans send them at us, we kill and raise them. They fight the next wave the Colochans send. It's a neat little cycle. Asmala Silumgar Sorcerer. Impact Tremors. Enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, Impact Tremors deals 1 damage to each opponent. If their ears are to the ground, we will make them bleed. Taklai Colochan Warrior. Dragon Scarred Bear. What an image. Formidable. So you pay 2/1 to play it. It's a 3/2. And it's formidable. So if you have a creature with a total power... No, activate this ability only if creatures you control have total power of 8 or greater. Then you can regenerate the Dragon Scarred Bear from your graveyard for 1/1. Bears are delicacies for the attacker. The few that remain are the toughest of their species. Palace Familiar. Creature. Bird flying. When it dies, draw a card. The most profound secrets lie in the darkest places in the world. It can be prudent to make use of another set of eyes. Sidisi, Silumgar Vizier. Defeat. Sorcery. Destroy target creature with power 2 or less. Wars are decided 1 life at a time. Gvar Barzil, Colochan Warrior. That's true. Reduce in stature. Enchantment. Our aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature has base power and toughness 0/2. A dragon learns humility only in the moments before its death. Yeah. Enduring Victory. Destroy target attacking or blocking creature. Bolster 1. Choose a creature with the least toughness among creatures you control and put a +1/+1 counter on it. My Dragon Lord is immortal. Most dragons are not. Kadri. Dromokar. Warrior. Epic Confrontation. Sorcery. They really don't like dragons. Target creature you control gets +1/+2 until the end of turn. It fights target creature you don't control. Each deals damage equal to its power to the other. No matter the timeline, some legends will endure. Tormenting Voice. We've seen this before. Learn from the past. Target player shuffles his or her graveyard into his or her library. Draw a card. I've been told my whole life that the great Ojutai holds all knowledge, but I wonder what our forebears knew, Narset. Stormwing Dragon. Creature. Dragon, so there are dragons. Flying, first strike. Megamorph. Okay, then it gets a +1/+1. Okay, and then you also add +1/+1 to any other dragons you control. Deadly Wanderings, enchantment. As long as you control exactly 1 creature, that creature gets +2/+0 and has death, touch, and lifelink. Seclusion is only an option for the strong. Okay. Sorin Markov. He's actually a planeswalker from Innistrad. That's actually interesting. If you only have 1 creature... Okay. Dragon Whisperer. Creature, human shaman. Dragon Whisperer gains flying until end of turn if you pay an additional red one. Oh, it's a mythic rare. Dragon Whisperer gets +1/+0 until end of turn. I wonder if you can do both. If you can just pay 1 and then 1 and 1. Formidable. Put a 4/4 red dragon creature token with flying onto the battlefield. Activate this ability only if creatures you control have total power 8 or greater. Okay. And a mountain, which is a mountain that we don't have yet. So it goes here. Okay. 2 more to go. Almost done. This one has decided not to cooperate. Sultai Skullkeeper. When Sultai Skullkeeper enters the battlefield, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. It's 2/1. A Skullkeeper is the first to arrive after the palace archers strike down intruders, probing their brain for choice bits of knowledge. Okay. Sandblast. Beautiful artwork. Sandblast deals 5 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. In the shifting wastes, more are killed by sand than steel. I'm going to put this into our cube section. Jeskai Sage. Human monk. Prowess. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until the end of turn. When Jeskai Sage dies, draw a card. The one who conquers the mind is greater than the one who conquers the world. Sultai Runemark. Enchantment Aura. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2. Enchanted creature has death touch as long as you control a green or blue permanent. Any amount of damage it deals to a creature is enough to destroy it. Okay. Grim Contest. Choose target creature you control and target creature an opponent controls. Each of those creatures deals damage equal to its toughness to the other. The invader hoped he could survive the beast's jaws and emerge through its rotting skin. Gorswine. It's a boar. 4/1. The Mardu are like the Gorswine. We are wild, hunt in packs, and rarely clean the blood from our blades. Valash. Mardu warrior. Whisperer of the Wilds. We've seen this before. Mardu Runemark. Enchant creature. It gets +2/+2. Enchanted creature has first strike as long as you control a white or black permanent. So this is for mixed, obviously for non-mono. We've seen this before. The Ambush Krotik. Right into being. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Manifest one of those cards. Then put the other at the top or bottom of your library. To manifest a card, put it into the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature. Turn it face up anytime for its mana cost if it's a creature. Otherwise it just remains a 2/2 creature. Goblin Boom Keg. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Goblin Boom Keg. When Goblin Boom Keg is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, it deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Dragonfire spawned many imitations. Some were more dramatic than others. Quarcy High Priest. Creature human cleric 0/2. You pay 1 and black. Tap it, sacrifice another creature, manifest the top card of your library. Hear me, nameless, and obey. Battlefront Khrushchev. Battlefront Khrushchev can't be blocked. It's a 3/4 by more than one creature. Okay. Each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it can't be blocked by more than one creature. Khrushchev's cleared debris from fertile fields, fallow fields, and battlefields. Master of the Unseen enchantment. Whenever a permanent you control is turned face up, you gain 1 life for each creature you control. Manifest the top card of your library. Blossoming Sands. Very nice. Goes here because it's a multicolored land. And lastly, we have... Oh, sorry. We also have a token. It's a monk. And lastly, we have this one. Magic Origins. Aven Battle Priest. Creature. Flying bird cleric. Aven Battle Priest. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. When the shadow of the Aven falls across the battlefield, hope rises in the hearts of the soldiers. 3/3. Eyeblight Assassin, creature elf assassin. When Eyeblight Assassin enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 until the end of turn. Boggart Blood disgusts me almost as much as foul creatures themselves. 2/2. Chandra's Fury, here she is again. They started it. That only works when you're 5 years old, Chandra. Chandra's Fury deals 4 damage to target player and 1 damage to each creature that player controls. We love this card. Watercourser. It's an elemental. It's a 2/3. Gets +1/+1 until end of turn if you pay 1 blue mana. Beware an eddy where there should be none, or stretch that flows, or a stretch that flows too fast or too slow. Old Fishbones Martine River Guide. Elvish Visionary, we've seen her before. Undead Servant, creature, zombie, 3/2. Get up, you're not finished yet, Liliana Vess. When Undead Servant enters the battlefield, put a 2/2 black zombie creature token onto the battlefield for each card named Undead Servant in your graveyard. Dread Waters. Sorcery. Target player puts the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, where X is the number of lands you control. Stray into the Morkrut and it may rise to claim you. Morkrut is actually something from Innistrad as well, so this would fit perfectly into Innistrad. Nissa's Pilgrimage, we've seen this before. Suppression bonds, enchantment aura. Enchant non-land permanent. The enchanted permanent can't attack or block and its activated abilities can't be activated. A master of hieromancy can see the advantage in any scenario. Veteran Sidearm. Equipped creature gets +1/+1. I've broken 3 swords, 18 lances and countless shields, but this little blade has survived every battle, just like I have. Citadel Castellan. Vigilance. 2/3, Renown. 2, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, it isn't renowned. If it isn't renowned, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it and it becomes renowned. I'm on the list. I'm on the first line. Sorry, I am the first line of defense. You will not encounter the second. I like her. Knightly Valor. Enchant creature. When Knightly Valor enters the battlefield, put a 2/2 knight creature token with vigilance onto the battlefield. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has vigilance. Revenant. Flying Revenant's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Makes sense, it's a Revenant. Born from the slaughter of an entire army, it bears the wrath of 100 souls. Kytheon's Irregulars. 4/3. Renown 1. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, if it isn't renowned, put a +1/+1 damage counter on it and it becomes renowned. You can pay 2 and then tap a target creature. Kytheon and his Irregulars worked outside the law to bring justice to the streets of Arcross. And a basic land swamp and a Thopter. This time round we didn't get a single foil card. So that was the Origins Deck Builder Toolkit from 2017. Thank you very much for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye.